Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn and Grow. If you are preparing for the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner CLF-C02 exam or getting ready for an AWS interview, you are in the right place. In this series, we will solve real AWS practice questions one by one. I would not just tell you the correct answer. I will explain why it's correct, why the other options are wrong, and use simple real life example and memory trick so you can remember the concepts for a long time. So let's get started with our first AWS question. What are two benefits of using AWS Lambda? You have to select two among these five options: A, B, C, D, E. Option A, open source software, integrated snapshots, continuous scaling scale out. D, flexible operating system choice. Option E, no server to manage. So open source software, Lambda is an AWS proprietary service, not open source. So option A is incorrect. Integrated snapshot, Lambda does not provide snapshot or persistent storage. So this is also option B also incorrect. Option C, continuous scaling scale out. Yes, this is the right choice. As because we know AWS Lambda is a serverless compute service. You run your code without provisioning or managing servers. Lambda automatically scales your code by running more instances when needed and steps when not to use. You pay only for the compute time you use. So easy example, if we give easy example, suppose a user clicks on a button on any page, or on that time AWS Lambda runs your code, and if more users click on the any button, then Lambda scale out, and only we have to pay only for what we use. So option C is the right. And flexible operating system choice, so this is also wrong option, as because Lambda runs your code on the AWS managed runtime environment. You don't choose or manage the operating system. So option D is wrong, incorrect. Option E, no servers to manage. Definitely it's the right choice. Now I move to the next slide, that is question 2. A developer need a way to automatically provision a collection of AWS resources. Which AWS service is primarily used for deploying infrastructure as code? Infrastructure as code, that means IaaC. So in this case, a developer need a way to automatically provision a collection of AWS resources. So option A, AWS Cloud Formation. Yes, this is definitely a right option, as because we know that AWS Cloud Formation is a service that gives developer and business an easy way to create a collection of related AWS services and provision them in orderly and predictably fashion. So option A is the right answer. Option B, AWS Code Deploy. AWS Code Deploy is incorrect, as because it is a fully managed deployment service that automated software deployment to a variety of compute services such as Amazon EC2, AWS Lambda, and your on-premise service. So AWS Code Deploy is the wrong answer. And the Jenkins also wrong answer, as because Jenkins is a continuous integration CI pipeline we use to CI tool, but it is not a AWS service. So Jenkins also wrong option. And AWS Elastic Beanstalk, we know that this is wrong, incorrect, as because Elastic focused on deploying application on EC2, that means PAS. So it's also incorrect. Now I move to the next slide, that is question 3. How can a company connect from their on-premises network to VPC in multiple regions using a private connection? So I repeat the question. How can a company connect from their on-premise network to VPC in multiple region, not single region, multiple region, using private connection? not public connection, using private connection. So option A is a Amazon CloudFront. Option B, AWS managed VPN. Option C, inter-region VPC pairing. Option D, AWS Direct Connect Gateway. So first option A, Amazon CloudFront is a content delivery network for catching content. So it's not right answer. As because we have to find the which use private connection, and AWS managed VPN uses the public internet, not a private connection. So option B is also wrong answer. Inter-region VPC pairing, option C, that is also wrong, as because it connects VPC across region, not on premise. So it is also wrong answer. So option D, AWS Direct Connect Gateway connects on premises to VPC multiple region using a private connection. So on premise to VPC in multiple region using private connection. So option D is the right answer. So easy to remember purpose, we can say on premise network, it's connected with AWS Direct Connect, that is private link, and it's also AWS Direct Connect Gateway. Then it's connect with several VPC, maybe region 1, VPC in region 2, VPC region 3, in this way. So in this way we can easily recollect that on-premise network connected with AWS Direct Connect using private link, and AWS Direct Connect Gateway connected with different VPC in region 1, region 2, multiple region. So I think it's very clear. So I move to the next slide, question 4, that is which AWS components aid in the construction or fault tolerant application. We have to select 2. So 5 option is there. Option A, AMIs, so Amazon Machine Image. So it is use Amazon Machine Image to quickly launch replacement instance when a failure occurs. So it is a correct answer. ARN, option B, ARN are just unique identifier for resources. They do not provide fault tolerance. So it is not the right answer. Option C, elastic IP addresses. Yes, EIP can be remapped to another instance if a failure occurs. So it is a correct answer. Option D, block device mapping. It is incorrect, as because define storage configuration for instance not related to fault tolerance. And the option E, that is tags are used to, basically for organization and management, not for fault tolerance. So option E is the incorrect answer. So I hope it's very easy to understand. Now I move to option the last question, that is question 5. So the question is, what is the primary benefit of using AWS Elastic Load Balancing? We have to select 2 among these 5 options. So option A is elasticity, option B automation, option C high availability, option D caching, option E is region and resilience. So option A, elasticity. So primary benefit of using AWS Elastic Load Balancing. Definitely Elastic is the right choice, right answer, it's correct. Handle rapid change in traffic automatically. The option B, automation, it's not a primary benefit of ELB, so it's not correct, it's incorrect. Third, high availability, definitely it is the correct answer, as because distribution traffic across multiple availability zone to keep your application available. So high availability is the correct answer. And caching, not a benefit of AWS Elastic Load Balancing. So it's not the right answer. And the last one, option E, that is regional resilience. ELB works within a region, not a across region. So this is also the incorrect answer. So what the key takeaway we can take, that ELB provides elasticity and high availability by distributing traffic across multiple healthy instances in multiple availability zone within a region, not multiple region, not across region. We have to remember it's in multiple availability zone, but within a region. So ELB provides elasticity and high availability is the right answer. I think it's very easy to understand, and that's all. Thank you so much.